Morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sean today. It's about 10:15 on a Thursday morning. Putting out this blog because there's something that I was thinking about. I saw it I heard it on the radio yesterday. Basically, distribution of wealth, and I've heard a lot about it, and what the government would like to do, taxing the rich and give more to the poor and so forth and so on. Well, this what I heard on the radio kind of struck me as like really, really odd. All right, this year, female artists, they did a study or whatever of who made the most money this year. At the top of the list was Katy Perry at $135 million. Okay, that's awesome. I'm glad she made that much money. But one of the people on the show, on the radio show, said that Katy should give her one of those $1 million. She got 135 of them. Why in the world she need? Why she need all that? She don't need all that, right? She was saying that she could use it for retirement or buy other things or do whatever with. Which, yeah, she probably could. But, you didn't earn that money. You are working at your job that you hired in at a certain amount of money, or, based on a commission or whatever, which I'm sure is not that way in radio, but, how much money you're supposed to be getting. Now, the harder you work, probably the more money you get. Now, if you only want to work 40 hours a week, you only get 40 hours worth of money. But if you want to work 50 or 60 or 80, you'll get that much amount worth of money. And if you can't work that, well, what do? You go find another job so you can work that and make that money. So, what I'm trying to get at here is, the government wants to tax the rich, and they consider anybody over $250,000 or yearly income, gross income, as being in the rich status. Well, we want to tax them like a whole lot and basically redistribute it out to the people. Okay, well, that's socialism at its best. Okay, that's basically saying that regardless of what you work for, it is not yours, that it's everybody else's. You're working to provide for everybody else. Well, that's not the case. I mean, if you're a mechanic at a lube shop, you're working there not because you want everybody to be able to drive around safely and all that stuff. You're driving there, you're working there to earn money for you and your family. Okay, so what's yours is yours, right? Okay, now back in the old days, when there was small communities and whatnot, yes, they would do like a socialist type deal. And it didn't always work out that way. The sheep farmer may not produce enough sheep, enough wool to clothe everybody for that winter, or the wheat farmer may not produce enough wheat to have for all the people in the community. So it didn't always work out that way, so you had to kind of ration it out. But nowadays, what you do is you earn money, you work, you earn money, and you go to the store and you go buy what you need. Okay? It's not hard to find a job. You can earn your money. Okay? There are lots of people that doesn't have a college education or have not got any kind of certificates or training or anything like that other than going to school, even those that dropped out of school, that are super, super wealthy. Okay? So you can't let that, I don't have that opportunity. Well, yes, you do. All you have to do is just work hard for it. So what I'm wanting to know is, a lot of people agree, like this girl on the radio show. They're like, well, he's got all this money, or she's got all this money. They need to give me some of that. Why can't they give me some of that? Okay, yeah, they got a lot of money, but they worked for it. Some people might say, well, all she did was sing, or she went on tour and all that stuff. Are you in her shoes? Do you know what she went through to get that kind of money? No, you don't. So you can't judge her or judge anybody, a CEO of a multi-million-dollar corporation or baseball player or whatever. You can't judge them by your own experience if you're not in the same atmosphere as they are. If they're wealthy and you're poor, there's a reason you're poor and that they're wealthy. Chances are they worked their butts off a lot harder than what you did in the right direction. Now, you might work your butt off there, say you're a carpenter or whatever, and you work your butt off building houses every day, but you're working one direction. You're not working towards, let's get up there and let's make some money, okay? So, basically, what I'm wanting to get at here is, one, if you had the opportunity, you made a lot of money or whatever, and you had the opportunity to give away some of your money, basically, say give 20%, 30%, 50%, whatever, of your income, would you do it? Give it away to, your community, people that need it, or, homeless people or whatever. It don't necessarily mean you have to give it to people that don't need it, that work every day. But, would you? Would you redistribute it out through your community? Okay? Now, if you would, second thing, how much would you? Would you redistribute, say, 1%, 5%, 10%? 25, 50? Alright. Granted, say you only made $100 a week. Now, if you got 1%, that's $1. Now, what in the whole grand scheme of things, how much is $1? Not really much. You can't even I don't even think you can buy Coke or Dr. Pepper or something with $1. 20 ounce at least. So, what's $1? Right? You redistribute it out to the community. As 100 people, give 100 people a penny. Well, it may not mean nothing to them, but it might mean something to you. That's now you're looking at it, well, shoot, that was $1, that's quite a bit. Now, I only gave a penny to these people. They probably just going to throw it in a coin jar or something like that. Well, now you take a millionaire or a billionaire and say 1%. Say a millionaire is worth $100 million. Okay? Well, that's $1 million at 1%. Okay? Redistribute that out to 100 people. What are they going to get? They're going to get 10 million. Or 10,000. Okay? So you see the point that I'm making out here? Is that now 10,000 to some people is a lot of money. Or even 1,000 is a lot of money. But do you redistribute that? Now you just took out, you made $100 million that year, but you just took out a whole $1 million. Now, $1 million could pay for a lot of stuff, and you could probably save the rest of that 99 million. Put it in the bank, and you could probably live all year just fine. Super, you can. Super good on $1 million. So, now, that's 1%. Now, next thing, do you think it should be mandatory? If you would give me your money away, so 1% of your money, how much, it don't have to be 1%, but just how much would you, And then, third, should it be mandatory? Should the government tax you to give them your money so they can redistribute it to the community, to the country? Well, that's if you're against the whole mandatory deal. To you, what makes you any different than that person that's worth $100 million? Because they're getting taxed outrageous amounts of money. upwards to 50% of their yearly gross income, they're getting taxed. And basically redistributing it out. You know, it goes to, pays the government some monies, you know, pays their employees, pays, you know, these other organizations and whatnot, you know, they do stupid research on, I don't know, stupid things, stuff that don't even really matter. Reading, I can't even remember what it was. I was reading about it the other day, and it was $750,000 to research something stupid that doesn't even matter. Anyways, those people that earn that money are no different than you. That guy that brought home, or woman that brought home $100 million that year is no different than the person that only brought in 100,000. They either called a lucky break, they worked their asses off, they did something to get to where they're at, or they're like super talented in whatever they're doing to make that money. People are willing to pay for it. Well, that's just like you. All you have to do is apply yourself. And I say this, and I'm not rich by no means. I have a good job, don't get me wrong. I love my job. But it's kind of like, do as I say, not as I do. I do try, but I know I can try harder. And I could be $100 million richer. I'm not. Anyways, alright, I'll talk to y'all later. Think about it. Post, reply, share, do all that good stuff, and let me know what you think. Alright? Bye.